Hello. Hello, everybody. How are you tonight? How's it going? I'm gonna make sure the music's not too loud so we can hear everybody. Alright, if you can hear me, everyone in the party, I'm just letting you know that I am gonna go ahead and turn the party chat on. So we are all gonna be live.
Then join us. If you are not, wait a minute, because we want to make sure all the readers get here first.
Alright, we are good and we are live. Just so you know, if you are also watching the live, that there will be a delay. But if it's better for you to like just mute the live or whatever, that's okay since we're all in a party. Hi, Kayleen.
Hi, Kayleen.
Hi. I hope everyone's having a good night. We are just gonna chill for a couple minutes. For anyone else that needs to be in the stream or that wants to watch.
I was just on the stream in a second and I zoned out because I couldn't comprehend any of it since it was overlapping.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to join the voice chat if you are in our Discord. However, just make sure you mute your mic when people are like telling their stories.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's pretty much the only rule. You know, don't do anything that would be against rules anywhere, and I think we'll be okay.
I gotta filter myself now because I swear too much.
Oh yeah, we gotta filter.
It's okay. Usually it has to be pretty bad, I think, for you to get a ban, so I think we'll be okay. But yes, hello everybody.
I don't think my story has any swearing.
My story doesn't, as far as I know.
Hi, Glory. How are you?
It's up to you.
Greetings, Sonos chat.
Hello, hello. We have Armin here. We have Jasper here. To you're mostly hearing talking other than me.
I'm realizing I'm low-key giving off Willy Wonka vibes as well.
It's the hat, isn't it? It's the hat.
It's the hat.
How does that the song from the Wonka? Oh, there's chocolate and there's chocolate.
Yuki, you won your rave again. Awesome. Hi, Glory. I'm glad you're doing good.
This is how I
Mango
will be
was walking
sitting.
Aw. Somersault. Morning, if you're telling a story, yeah, join us. We're making sure all the readers are in first.
Yeah, readers.
And you know, for some, I do already see a random. If for some reason anyone that's reading cannot get in, you are still more than welcome to tell your story in voice chat. Unfortunately, it's just kind of out of my control. We were already having some randoms popping in my nest before we left too.
Yeah, I have no clue who they were.
It's okay. Yuki Kim, you have a wonderful night. Thanks for stopping by. Sing the campfire song. No one wants to hear me sing. But if anyone else wants to sing the campfire song, feel free, feel free.
Armin, get out of the fire! Armin!
No. Roasted Armin. Okay, Yuki, have a good night. Thank you. How are you, Euphoria?
Guys, I'm cooking.
Who has marshmallows? Listen, we need marshmallows, you guys.
Oh, I don't have marshmallows.
I kind of wish I got the marshmallows.
I have the marshmallows, but I really want pictures too.
This is random.
Armin, that's Vex.
That's
they didn't sign up, so I don't know. They just joined us.
Oh, I lit this person like 3 times.
Yeah, this is Vex.
There's 2 randoms over there.
This is Vex with 1X, they told me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I was able to at least give someone that pass, because I was just getting annoyed.
Oh, Mango wants us to hold hands for a spell.
I want to keep my camera on. Is it like for an item? I personally want to keep my camera.
I assume it's for an item. So, but you know, just keep your camera. You're good.
Yeah, I want to keep my camera. I'm gonna be taking pictures. Mango, I'm keeping my camera. Is Mango in call? or not? Let me
I
message.
think Mango is in call. I think their mic is muted.
Are they? I'm gonna check.
I like how I
don't
asked
see
someone to get
them.
out of the fire, and now I'm the one in the fire.
Thank you, Mango.
I'm gonna hold the hands for the spell because I don't know. I didn't bring my ocarina for a reason. I didn't.
AV,
brought my
Noah,
ocarina.
hello, how are you? Gary, how are you doing? Have you started Throne and Liberty yet?
There's chocolate, and there's chocolate.
Let me
I
know if
don't
the
know the rest of
music's
the
too
song.
loud.
That's all I know.
It shouldn't be, but...
I'm debating if I want to get rid of the hat or not. Is there a closet here? Because that would be awesome.
I think Mingo's looking for one, like in a shared space.
That's weird. Shared spaces hasn't popped up for me yet. Just shared memories.
They've been weird for me lately too. Like taking like the ones I usually use at Grandma, half the time they don't show up at all.
How weird. Oh, it sounds like someone's gonna have to make a closet here. Tiny Bean V is here. Hello. I literally have them labeled Tiny Bean
V made it! Yeah, woohoo! I was afraid the randoms were gonna...
V!
No, me first.
Everyone fight for V's hugs.
Fight for their love. Pookie's here! Oh my god!
I'm doing good, Gary. Hopefully you can get some rest soon. I'm doing good. I'm a little tired myself, but I had to go up to my like the first shop I have my art in and take my art out, so it was kind of nerve-wracking. I had to be like, hey, I'm taking my stuff, so yeah. Luckily they were nice about it, but yeah, well, I found out they were stealing from other vendors, so I'm not gonna have my stuff in a store like that. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault. I'm just glad I found out. I found out after I already put my stuff in another shop, so like I'm set. I'm okay. In the other shop, the people are so nice. Like I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good.
You know what? I will make a quick closet memory. I need a closet.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. You are more than
I
welcome to.
I'm just not gonna put it by the campsite because that would be a bad spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to leave the campsite like just a tiny bit open so everyone can like sit around it and I can have them in frame.
I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, real quick. I just want to build a closet. Game, please. Listen, game.
I'll grab V's handle though. Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's my closet? Can I not put a closet down? What?
Yep, I'm counting 6. I'm counting 6 as well. There could be randoms here though. I think I see one in the distance. Look at, it's looking menacingly back there behind that tent. They're just standing there. Oh, they disappeared.
I guess I don't have enough closets?
Euphoria, I think everyone that's reading is already here, so if you can get in, feel free. To my knowledge, everyone that's reading is here. If, you know, if someone else is like, I want to read, they didn't sign up. So, I can't save spots for people who didn't sign up. Yeah, marshmallows! Roast your marshmallows.
Okay, well, sorry guys. For some reason, I cannot put down a closet.
That's okay, no worries.
How do I cancel out of this now? I don't want to do it anymore.
Look at my marshmallow.
Too many.
I'm gonna fight you with my marshmallow.
Now eat a marshmallow.
Delicious. Oh my gosh, look at my marshmallow. It's huge.
I can do a magic trick. Hold on. Hold on. I need to roast it first. I can't see.
My marshmallow was perfect.
A little longer. A little longer.
I know, I wish I had some real marshmallows right now.
A little longer.
Valentina,
longer.
hello, how are you?
And no. Oh, I messed up.
Yum, 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 yum,
Dang it.
yum.
Um.
Whoa, of course it's Mango lighting the marshmallows on fire.
Oh, hey, where'd my marshmallow go?
Yeah, it's like we all just put them away at the same time. Maybe it has a timer where you gotta eat it. Hi, Wolf.
I like
Let me try
how
again.
it on your back is just like a couple of sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like drumsticks. Like we gonna be playing the drums.
Yeah,
Almost.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. The what event was it that had the drum, the giant drum? Because it on your back is just the drumsticks
Okay,
too.
guys, I shall eat fire. Dum.
Oh, nice. I know what you're talking about. It was Days. It was the one with all
during
the
the New
animal
Year's.
masks.
It was the New Year's thing.
It was, but I can't think of what it was called.
I don't
Days
know.
of
I got the
Fortune?
drum.
Was it Days of Fortune?
Yes.
Is that
Days
right?
of Fortune.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I got the drum. It's so much fun.
All right, gather around, everyone. Please don't
gotta
sit
feel
inside the
big.
fire, just so we have a cool looking fire for the stream. So please don't sit in the fire, but you're more than welcome to sit around it. Yes, Euphoria, Days of Fortune, thank you. All our readers are here. I don't know if we have space. If we do, anyone else is more than welcome to join. If you would also like to join our voice chat on the Discord, you're more than welcome to. Just make sure you mute your mic if you are not like telling a story. If someone else is telling a story, make sure you mute your mic or you just don't talk during their story, and we'll be good. In between stories, we can have a little chat like, ooh, that was cool. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. But while someone is telling a story, please mute your mic or just don't talk, and everything will be good. Just like, we'll give everyone their stage. I'm gonna start with a short story AJ sent in. I don't know if AJ might be asleep because of their time zone, but AJ did send in a story, so I am going to start with that one. Just need to pull it up here.
Oh, I missed that.
All right, so roast your marshmallows. Everybody get comfy, and we'll get this started.
I'm just the photographer.
All right, this you're good. If you need any shots like before or anything, let me know. But if everyone just wants to get cozy, if you want to roast your marshmallow, we are good. I wish my camera was over to the side just a little more, but we'll be alright. And thank you everyone for coming. I know this is a later stream than usual. I purposely kind of made it late so in case, people in different time zones, even though it would be super early for them, it'd be like at least a time that was okay if they absolutely wanted to join so they wouldn't feel left out. I know it's probably weird telling spooky stories and it's like 7 in the morning for them, or 8. But I tried to find a time that could somewhat work for everyone's time zones. But yeah, so I'll get started. This was a story submitted by AJ. It's called The Wishing Dice. It says, the first time I used the wishing dice, I asked for a child. I rolled evens. A year later, my daughter was born. The second time I asked for a bigger home, I rolled odds. My house burned down with my family inside. Oh no. The last time I held the dice over the stairwell of my new apartment, half wishing for the courage to throw them away, half wishing to see my family again. I shut my eyes and dropped them. I don't know which wish the dice heard, but I know that years later I still lie awake at night, waiting to hear if they'll ever hit the ground. Ooh. Spooky, spooky dice. I know AJ will watch this later, so thank you AJ for submitting a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, woo! Thank you.
Hold on, I gotta pull up.
Yay!
Not me forgetting I have a
Throw that
A
knife
sound
away
effect board.
immediately.
So woo!
I'm loving these photos.
Oh my gosh, there's like a scream, a heartbeat.
Uh-oh.
Who's that?
One of my siblings is also on a phone call.
All right. All right. Jasper, would you like to go next?
Oh, let me put the camera away.
You're good. You can either sit on the
Bye.
side or you can sit closer to the middle of the fire if you want to be front, or you can stand, whatever you want to do.
I'm just here on top of the backpack.
Looks like you're on a mission.
I'm on a mission.
Your stage. I thought that was a tree stump at first, but what is that? A box or a bag? Oh, it's a bag.
It's a bag.
All
What's
right.
his name's bag? It's, I forgot his name.
Snufkin.
That guy.
Snufkin. All right, Jasper, you have the stage.
I will let you all. I'm literally just spilling words because at first I was going to read something until I realized it's way too long. So I'm just gonna make it up as I go.
Okay. We can't wait.
So imagine the scene. You wake up as your own Sky character. You're in Sky. But you wake up in the elevations. I'm already scared. Oh my god. You scream, you try to scream out for help, but all that leaves your voice is a honk. And you just hear the sweetest of sounds. Over here, my darling. Over here, for you are safe. Come over here to grandmother, I have you now. It's sweet grandma who always serves those delicious little cookies. All seems well when you first seen her. And around her are other Sky children. The days had passed and you have grown comfortable. More and more gather, and soon you recognize them as your fellow friends. But every time you ate the cookies, something just didn't seem right. One by one, starting from the smallest to the biggest, children began disappearing. One by one, every single night, they would just vanish. You wake up to hear the loudest sound you have ever heard, one you've never heard in the game before. Wasn't a krill, it wasn't a crab. Not even Grandma herself, her voice was not heard. You search and search, realizing the once beautiful lit elevation is now dark. A storm is brewing. The world just doesn't seem right. So you decided to do the one thing you would have thought you shouldn't have done, being you watched many scary movies before. You followed that strange sound. Why did you follow the sound? I don't know. You should have known better. But as you follow that sound, you notice on the ground claw markings you have never seen in Sky before. You follow and follow and follow until you see the back of the sweet old granny. For once, you actually could use your voice. Granny, Granny, where are you? Granny, what is happening? Where is everybody? She does not turn her back. You just hear a strange, eerie sound that feels like it gets right into your bones. And you can't help but ask again, Granny, Granny, where is everybody? Help me, Granny, and keep me safe. But no, no sound. But as she turned, the facade begins to fall, her disguise melting away as if a candle melting to the flame. What you see there is not Granny at all, but what looks like an extremely disfigured Krill. And next thing you know, you are now the cookie for the Krill. The end.
Grandma, no.
Grandma,
Grant,
no!
I liked
Grandma,
that story.
no.
That was a good one. I was hoping
Gra-
someone would do a Sky story.
Grandma eated you now.
Grandma was
Why would
tired of all
Grandma
the
do
labor.
that? She was.
Armin, would you like to go next?
Sure. Still very nervous.
It's okay, you can do it. You can do
Alright.
it.
Wording. I think this is a little long. Wait, let me check the word count. Yeah, 960 words. So, yeah, this is based on my very own characters. I've been working on this particular story for a year, and this is a sort of scenario type that I've had in my head for a while, involving this building that they are in. So, okay. Don't mind me if I stutter or mess up words or something like that, especially dialogue. So, Daniel doesn't remember what happened. Last thing he remembered was being sent to him for the investigation. Then everything after his arrival becomes blank and fuzzy in his mind. But based on his current scenario, it wasn't good. His senses slowly come back to him. His nose smelled the putrid scent of something. He couldn't pinpoint what it was, but it made him sick to his stomach. All he heard was a sound of pure silence, occasionally interrupted by the creaking of the floorboards from somewhere outside of the room and the ticking of a nearby clock. He tried to move to cover his nose, but found his wrists couldn't deviate from the armrests of the seat he was in. Finally opening his eyes, he let them adjust to the blurry darkness of the room. It was almost pitch black, but a dim lantern sat next to a walkie-talkie on the table 2 feet in front of him. He struggled, but found his wrists bound to the chair with rope. Daniel glanced around himself, taking in his surroundings cautiously. His right, at the corner of the room, was a doorway out. A few feet away from it was a nightstand for a bed just out of his vision. He couldn't tell what sat on top of the nightstand, but the dark puddle was enough for him to look away. His heart started racing. Where was he? How did he get here? Was it him? Suddenly, static came from the walkie-talkie, jittering as a faint breathing sound could be heard from the other side. His hands gripped the chair nervously, hoping that who he thought was about to speak wouldn't. Of course, he wasn't too lucky on that front. "Hi," chimed the voice, sickly sweet. Daniel's stomach fell, a lump in his throat. He wanted to respond, but he couldn't communicate through it without pressing the button on the radio, so he just waited. "You want to know where you are, don't you?" The voice muttered with a chuckle. "That's my room, silly." His room? Daniel's eyes widened. He was in his house? "I tied you up just in case, but if you wanted, you could use the pocket knife I left at your feet. I don't want you to be uncomfortable." Fat lie. Well, maybe not a lie, but he wasn't doing a very good job at not being uncomfortable. Daniel looked down, seeing the blade. How on earth was he supposed to use that? He can't move his hands. Carefully, he awkwardly attempts to lift it with his feet. This proved difficult, but he figured it out, carefully grabbing it with one of his hands after getting it into his reach. He managed to use the blade to release the hand that it was holding, then used it on the other rope, so both of his hands were free. He stood up, Walking over to the talkie on the table, he noticed the journal on the same table. Nervously, he opened it up. He regretted it as he read through the pages. They were somewhat normal at first. It was just him talking about his days, but it devolved into his nightmares and hallucinations. Once he came across the page with dried dark spots, he couldn't bear to read anymore. He closed it, shakily reaching for the talkie and pressing on the button. "Hello," he said carefully. He waited for a moment until he heard giggling on the other side. "Do you like my room?" he asked. Daniel glanced to the part of the room he couldn't see before, and his heart fell at the bed shelf and chest, all of them covered in dark splotches, and the flies coming from the chest in particular, flying around the box. Please let this be a nightmare. He looked at the door, taking the talkie with him as he went towards it. He turns the knob, luckily finding it unlocked. He opens it, stepping out of the room into the hall. The floorboards creaked as he moved across the floor. Of course, his house would be as eerie as him. He nervously navigated through the house. He didn't care what would happen if he tried, but he needed to get out of there. He walks into another hall, seeing the front door, and at the end of it. He quickly rushed to it, trying to turn the knob. However, it wouldn't budge. Of course it was locked. He was an idiot to hope otherwise. Suddenly, he feels a warm breath against his neck, and arms wrapping around him from behind. He froze, a chill running up his spine as his heart stopped, and the metallic smell from below him reached his nose. He didn't want to look at the face resting against his shoulder, looking up at him. "Hi, Danny," he chimed happily. "I brought you a gift." He didn't want to look. "I know how much you like your little friend Joy." Not again. "Do you like it?" He could hear the grin on his face, the unwavering grin. He hated it. He hated that grin ever since that day 6 years ago, that night in the cabin, the metallic smell, the stained ice coolers, the heads. Daniel looked down, all color leaving his skin as he saw the lifeless stare of his best friend's head and hands of him. All he could hear was the dripping of the blood onto the floor below him, alongside the soft humming coming from him. The sweet melody of Dean Martin's Everybody Loves Somebody. "I'm so happy you're finally here." And that's the story.
Ah!
Ooh,
my
that was
God!
really good.
That was scary.
I'm gonna quickly read through the messages in the chat because I wasn't looking at the screen.
You're good.
No worries.
Yeah.
You should totally read stories and post them because I would listen to them.
I write like quite a bit, but I don't really post any of them. The one thing I posted, I really don't like it. I really hate it. So
Well, that was really good. Thank you so much.
yay!
Would anybody else like to read out loud before I get to our next submitted story?
Anyone?
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Also, wait. Side note. If anyone wants to like I sent the Google Doc that thing I wrote is in, and it has some art of the characters in it. If anyone wants to see what they look like.
Nice. I'll be sure to check that out. I opened it. Actually, I did check it
Oh,
out.
sweet.
I saw it. I saw it earlier. It was really cool. But thank you so much. Everyone's stories, I love them. Nice. All right. If no one else wants to read out loud, I do have Mango's submitted story next. I have to read it from captions from a YouTube video, so I don't know how this is gonna go. Like, I don't know if the captions are gonna be too fast or too slow, so it might be, I don't know, kind of weird. Me reading out loud, that is. So, I guess we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right. My grandparents lived in a small village in Japan. I went on holiday to visit them. The last time I saw them was in the summer. When I was 8 years old, my grandparents were in the house. I was playing by myself outside in the backyard. I heard a strange noise. It was a thumping sound. I didn't know what it was, and it was hard to figure it out from where it was coming from. I was looking around, searching for the source of the noise, when I noticed something on top of the tall hedges that enclosed the backyard. It was a straw hat. It wasn't resting on the hedge, it was behind it. That's where the sound was coming from. Then the hat began to move. It stopped at a small gap, and I could see a face peering through. It was a woman, but the hedges were high, almost 8 feet tall. I was surprised at how tall the woman was. I wondered if she was wearing stilts or some sort of huge, high heeled shoes. Then, a split second later, she walked off, and the strange noise disappeared with her, fading into the distance. Ooh, confused, I got up and ran back into the house. My grandparents were in the kitchen drinking tea. I sat down at the table and told them what I saw. They weren't really paying attention to me until I mentioned that distinctive sound. That thump, thump, thump. They both froze. Grandma's eyes grew wide and she covered her mouth with her hand. Grandpa's face became very serious and he grabbed me by the arm. "This is very important," he said, very intensely. How tall was she? As tall as the garden hedge. Where was she standing? When did this happen? What did you do? Did she see you? I tried to answer all his questions as best I could. He rushed out to the hallway and made a phone call. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but after he hung up, he walked out the door. "Grandma, what's going on?" "There's something dangerous abducting children in this area," she said. "We call it," and I am so sorry if I butcher this, Hachishaku sama.
Not
I
another
feel like I
grandma.
really butchered. Yeah, it's always grandma,
Like
right?
Jackie Palma.
It
Hey,
takes
Grandma
on the
Wolf.
appearance of an extremely tall woman and says, it just says, and says, thumping noise in a deep voice. A long time ago, it was captured by monks and they managed to confine it on the outskirts of the village. They trapped it. Sorry, it like skipped. They trapped it in some ruins, pretty much, is what it said, so that it could not escape. But somehow it did. Sounds like Star Wars. Somehow they survived. The last time it appeared was 15 years ago. My grandmother said that anyone who saw it was destined to die within a few days. It all sounded so crazy, I wasn't sure what to believe. Just then, my grandpa came back, but with an old woman who called herself Kassan. They took me upstairs to my bedroom and began covering the windows with newspaper, with ancient runes written all over 'em. Hassan placed small bowls of salt in all four corners of the room and a small Buddha figure in the center. Soon the sun will be setting, so listen carefully. You must stay in this room until 7:30 tomorrow morning. Ooh, isn't it about 7:30 for some people here? Uh-oh.
Wait, what
Uh-oh.
time is it? It's 8:33.
Oh, you're safe then.
Yay!
You must stay in this room until 7:30 tomorrow. Do not open this door for any reason. She placed a bucket in my hands. Not even to use the restroom. Oh!
What?
My grandparents and the old woman left the room, and I locked the door after them. I couldn't believe what was happening. Was I really gonna die in a few days? I turned on the TV to try to take my mind off everything, and eventually fell asleep. I was awakened around 1 a.m. by a tapping sound on the window. It's probably just a tree or something, I told myself. Then came a knock on the door. and I heard my grandpa's voice. Are you okay in there? If you're scared, I can come keep you company. Hearing his
No.
voice was such a relief that without thinking, I rushed over to the door. But something didn't feel right.
Gee,
I
wonder why.
looked at the bowls of salt in the room. All 4 of them had turned black. And then I heard the sound again. The thump, thump, thump. The tapping on the window continued. I knelt in front of the Buddha and began to pray. I was so terrified and caught up in my chanting that I didn't realize the sounds had stopped. I checked my watch. It was 7:30 a.m. Carefully, I opened the door and ran to my grandparents. We all got in a van and headed straight to the airport. Apparently, there were others who had escaped the grasp of Hachi Sakusama as long as they never stepped foot in Japan again. So 2 years ago, when my grandpa got sick, he refused to let me visit him. He even left strict instructions in his will not to let me attend his funeral. I couldn't believe that this creature prevented me from saying goodbye to him. So when my grandma called a few days ago to tell me she had been diagnosed with cancer, I wasn't going to let her stop me from visiting. It's been 10 years, Grandma, and nothing has happened to me. We don't even know if this thing is real. I'm not going to let you stop me from seeing you, Grandma. If you say so, dear. I love you, Grandma. I'll see you soon. And then a thumping noise on the other end of the phone. Ooh, the end. The end. Sorry, Grandma, you're on your own.
What's with these grandmas and being tragic?
That just
Every
happened
time.
to be a coincidence.
Y'all, what's with the grandmas? Grandma, no.
Evil grandmas.
Damn.
Another maybe it got to grandma.
Right? Does
Grandma,
anyone else
no.
have another story?
I can't think of another, and I only have stories from books.
That's okay. If anyone wants like a second to maybe find another story, I can read. This one's a lot shorter, but I can read another one in the meantime. Or if everyone's done, that's okay too. We can maybe do. I think I already grayed out today, but if y'all want a candle run somewhere, that's okay too.
Let me see. Scary stories.
Mango, do you have like a short story link to it? Maybe like 4 or 5 paragraphs or less. Yeah, you're good, Mango. We can do dailies after this. I've already done them, but I don't mind going back. We can do dailies. Vex has
this
an
one's too
unfinished one.
heartbreaking. Aren't you guys gonna... I'm trying to find... Let me see.
Dance break.
Dance break. Everybody. There's just a marshmallow on my face.
Just make
I'm
another
probably not gonna read it,
quick time.
but I do have like just like a little recommendation. It's a classic thing that a lot of people don't like. It's abandoned by Disney, but it's because it's a series and nobody reads anything but the one story about the mascots. And it's a really good series when you actually
Ooh.
look into it.
Ooh, I might have to check that out.
Yeah, I watched a video about it going into it. It makes more
Cool.
sense when you read the other stories and understand the bigger picture.
Nice. I'll have to check that out. All right. Well, Vex is still working on a story, so I'm gonna read one more little short story for us. I mean, this is really short. It's only like 2 or 3 paragraphs. That's pretty short. But this
That is
one's
pretty
called.
short.
This one's called The Cabin. A hiker decided to go on a hike by himself, something he was not very used to. The whole day was normal. Trees and bushes engulfed his surroundings. He enjoyed being outdoors in the mountains. Nothing seemed strange to him. That was until he was making his way back to his car. He figured an 8-hour hike was good enough. The sky was already getting dark, and he needed to get back fast. What was odd was how much he didn't recognize the trail back. He began to panic. Night had already taken over, and all he had was a flashlight and no clue on how to get back. He knew it was already too late and too dangerous to keep going through the perilous forest. He began to worry that he would have no shelter for the night, when almost luckily enough he stumbled across a broken down cabin. It was dark, and seemed like no one had visited in years, but he knew it was the only place where he could rest until daylight, especially since his flashlight was running out of battery. He knocked on the door a few times, but no one answered. So he let himself in, where strangely enough, a perfect bed fitted for one person awaited him in the center. He knew that if the owner came back, he could explain himself. He was sure that the owner wouldn't mind, or was even probably dead. Well, okay. So,
Whoa.
that's a bold assumption there. So he went ahead and got himself comfortable in bed. As he tried to sleep, he couldn't ignore the collection of paintings around the room, portraits of strange-looking people all peering at him, each wearing a smile that sent chills up his spine. Not too long after, his exhaustion from the hike got the best of him, and he was able to ignore the faces. The next morning, he got up early and was shocked to see that there were no paintings around the room, but windows. Ooh.
That's just the neighbors.
It's
Ooh.
just
Just
the
checking in.
neighbors. Just the
I
neighbors
found
checking up.
one.
Oh, you found one? Do you want to read one next?
Yeah. Okay. So this one's called The Red Wristband. There is no name to the author, so if you happen to be listening, kudos. So it's called The Red Wristband. A doctor was working at a hospital where patients were tagged with colored bands: green for alive, red for deceased. One night, the doctor was instructed to get a few supplies from the basement of the hospital. So he headed to the lift. The lift doors opened, and there was a patient inside, minding her own business. Patient, bleh. Patients were allowed to roam around the hospital to stretch, especially those who have stayed long. The rule was to be back in their rooms before 10. The doctor smiled at the patient before pressing the number for the basement. He found it unusual that the woman didn't have a button already pressed. He wondered if she was heading to the basement too. The lift finally reached the floor where the doors opened. In the distance, a man was limping towards the elevator. And in a panic, the doctor slammed the elevator button to close. It finally did, and the lift began to ascend back up. The doctor's heart was pounding. Why did you do that? He was just trying to use the lift, the woman said, annoyed. Did you see his wrist? The doctor asked. It was red. He died last night. I would know because I did his surgery. The woman lifted her wrist. He saw red. She smiled maniacally. Like this one? The end.
Oh, that was creepy. You know what's funny? That
Nice.
the story I just read, that was the one after it.
Oh my god.
That's so funny.
That is hilarious.
All right. I don't know if Vex is in the live, but is Vex ready?
Oh, Vex.
Oh,
Vex. I am not ready. I'm reading the text.
Okay.
Mango, you're wearing red.
Ooh, mango.
it's got to be a red wristband.
No, not again.
I'm wearing a red cape too.
I
I've got a
sat too far
crab.
back in.
Got
I
a
sat
crab
too
on my
far
shoulder.
back. Oh, crab. Is anyone else gonna read?
Soy, do you want us to try to like get maybe closer together on the log for a pic. Like have 3 or 4 people sit on the log, and then maybe a couple people sit in front of them if their headgear isn't too tall. Everyone wants to try to like get together for a group picture.
Oh, okay.
Like over here. Porcelain Jester, thank you so much for the follow. And everyone, I'm seeing other people's messages. And my own. Remember, I couldn't see my own messages if I typed something. I'm seeing my own messages now too. I guess I'm gonna stand here. Snapple, thank you
Ooh,
so much for the follow.
I love reading the story of La Llorona.
Would you like to? You're more than welcome to. My character
Sure.
doesn't want to look forward.
Cool.
Let me see.
I'm just sitting here reading. I'm just reading. Casually.
There we go.
Boom, boom, boom.
There's a story like I could really read about La Llorona. In a way, it's more one. It's kind of like one you share. It's like it's a folklore. Well, it's a true
Yeah,
story
I mean,
technically.
I'm not sure how close it is to like the actual story, but like I've seen that cheesy movie they put out a while
Oh
back,
yeah.
so like I know a little bit. But yeah, you're more than welcome to read it if you want to, or if you just want to like do a little retelling.
Let's see.
Insert the entire Five Nights at Freddy's lore.
I mean, if it's
Oh my
spoopy.
god.
Taking it like, dude, wait, I actually wrote the entire Five Nights at Freddy's lore. I need to fix it, but I literally
Okay.
I wrote all of it.
Let me see.
It's not much of like a story being told though. It's like just explaining everything.
Okay, I found one that someone typed up. Seems pretty good.
Awesome.
So
Well, you're more than welcome.
woo, they called this one La Llorona, as told by Joe Hayes. A long time ago, in a poor village, there was a good-looking girl named Maria. She was the most beautiful girl in the world, and because she was so beautiful, no, phone, please. There we go. And because she was so beautiful, Maria thought she was better than everybody else. As Maria grew older, she became more beautiful and more proud. When she was a young woman, she didn't even look at the young men from her village. They weren't good enough for her. When I marry, Maria said, I will marry the most handsome man in the world. And then one day, a young rancher from a rich family came into her village. He was so handsome, and he could play the guitar and sing beautifully. Maria decided that was the man for her. Before long, she and the ranchero became engaged and soon were to marry. At first, things were fine. They had 2 children, and they seemed happy to be a family together. But after a few years, the ranchero went back to the wild life of the prairies. He sometimes left town and was gone for months. When he came home, it was only to visit his children. He seemed to care nothing for the beautiful Maria. Sometimes he said he wanted to marry a rich woman of his class. Maria was a proud woman, and she became very angry with the ranchero. She began to feel angry towards her children because he paid more attention to them, but ignored her. One evening, Maria was walking with her 2 children by the river. The ranchero came by in a carriage with a rich woman. He stopped and spoke to his children, but he didn't even look at Maria. Then he left with the rich woman. When Maria saw that, she became terribly angry, and she turned against her children. She took her 2 children and threw them into the river. But as they disappeared, she realized what she had done. She ran down the river and tried to save them, but they were already gone. The next morning, the people would hear her cries, hear her calling to her children. But as the town ran down, all they seen was the specter. Oh, all they seen was her specter, see through as a window. It's the most terrifying thing, and all they can hear her cry, "My children! My children! Where are my children? Find my children!" But soon the village would learn they would need to lock their doors, bar their window, or La Llorona would come after their own children, thinking them of her own, and take them to the river. My children, oh my children, as she would bring them down into the river, only to start over every night, taking one after the other. The end.
Ooh, I like how you're like the end is like so happy after drowning kids in the river. The end.
Pop away.
Well, thank you, everyone. I think that was really
Yay.
fun. I really like us doing like some spooky
I do.
stuff.
Spooky, scary skeleton.
Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. I really like us doing some spookier stuff in October. It's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't forget to join Kayleen's photography contest if you want. I think the like stuff for that starts Monday. I think you unless I
Yeah.
didn't read correctly, yeah, I need to go back to the post, but I think you're supposed to like sign up for it before Monday. So,
Yep.
oh, Vex
Tomorrow
is
is
done.
the last day. Ah, I can't see.
Are they gonna type it out? All right, Vex has one more story for us. Who was that?
Ooh, story.
No, I'm so
Woohoo.
sleepy.
So sleepy.
Yeah.
Oh well, I
Guys,
hope
ignore
you
what
don't
I'm
have
doing.
bad dreams after all the spooky stories.
Ah,
All right, Vex is typing. I think we might get a story. Oh, they
You
sent me a
sent
link.
a link.
Okay.
Like
Oh.
Link from The Legend of Zelda. Sorry. I should stop.
Oh, you're good. But also this is why we try to do this stuff in advance.
Yeah.
So let me try to hunt this link down. All right.
Sorry, the only thing I think of when I hear Link is Link from Zelda. That's all I think about.
All right, it might take me just a second to making me log in to look at this one.
okay, you want to know
Mm.
who did write such good, creepy, scary stories though?
Who?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Right.
He wrote
Mm.
amazing
Edgar Allan
stuff.
I remember in English class they made us read the Masquerade one. I don't know if that's what it was called, but do you know what I'm
The
talking
Cast of
about?
Amontillado.
Oh,
Was that it? Yeah, that was a long
the
time ago.
Mask of the Red Death.
Yes, that one.
Oh, we got to not in my art class. They had us watch The Telltale Heart, like the original.
Oh,
Yeah, I
never.
read that one too. I haven't read a lot of
Oh.
Lovecraft though. It's
I haven't
not
read too much Lovecraft. It's kind of hard to read Lovecraft.
Oh, don't worry, Vex. I'm taking a drink. So
Take a
I'm
drink.
trying. It's not letting me.
I'm cooking again.
Where is this
Sorry,
link?
it's making me
Can-
verify my account before I can pull it up, so it might take me another second here.
I'm cooking
That's
again.
alright. You're cooking again?
Yes, it's me for the love of God. Continue.
I
continue.
honestly wanted to read The Telltale Heart, and then I realized, oh wait, that's a long one.
Well, if you ever want to in the future, you can always like condense it a bit.
I could try. I'm sure there's a
Maybe
way.
I could try to write another thing about my characters because I love my characters.
I love the fact that you chose OC to read about. I have an OC with like a tragic story.
All of
Nice.
my OCs are so tragic, but those characters are specifically supposed to be like horror and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
All right, I was able to pull this up now. All right,
in fact,
this is a story created
Ooh.
by Vex. It is called
Oh,
Holes. I had been in
oh,
that hole for a very long time, in the dark and in the damp, in the cold and in the slime. The shaft was above me. I could see it quite clear, but there was no way I could ever reach it from here. Nor could I remember the world way up there, so I lost all my hope and gave in to despair. I knew nothing but darkness, the floor and the walls. Then off in the distance I heard someone call. Get up, get ready, there's nothing the matter. Take rocks and old sticks and build up a fine ladder. This had never
oh.
occurred to me, had not crossed my mind, so I started to stack all the stones I could find. When I ran out of stones, then old sticks were my goal, for one way or another I'd get out of this hole. So I soon had a ladder that was sturdy and tall, and I thought to myself, I'll soon leave this place once and for all. I climbed up my ladder, it was no easy chore, for from lifting these boulders my shoulders were sore. I climbed up the ladder, but soon had to stop, for my ladder stopped short some 10 feet from the top. I climbed back down my ladder and started to cry. I'd done all I could do, I gave it my best try, and in spite of my best work, in this hole I must die. And all I could do was sit and think why. Was my ladder too short, or is my hole much too deep? Then from way up high came a voice, Do not weep. And the faith, hope, and love entered my chest as the voice said to me that I had done my best. He said, You've worked hard, your labor's been rough, but the ladder you've built is at last tall enough. Do not despair, you have reason to hope. Just climb up your ladder, I'll throw down my rope. I climbed up the ladder, then climbed up the cord. When I got to the top, there stood the Lord. I couldn't be happier, my struggle was done. I blinked in the brightness that came from the sun. I fell to the ground, his feet did I kiss. I cried, What can I do to repay thee for this? Then he looked all around him. There were holes in the ground. They had people inside and were seen all around. There were thousands of holes that were damp, dark, and deep. Then the Lord turned to me and he said, Feed my sheep. Then he went on his way to help other lost souls, and I got right down to work, calling down to the holes. Get up, get ready, there's nothing the matter. Take rocks and old sticks and build up a fine ladder. It was now my turn to spread the good word, the most glorious message that man ever heard. That there is one who is willing to save one and all, and we've got to be ready when he gives the call. He'll put us out of the hole that we're in and save all our souls from death and from sin. So do not lose faith, there is reason to hope. Just build up your ladder, he'll throw down his rope. Oh, thank you, Vex.
Oh, I like that one.
Ooh.
That one was really good.
Oh, I'm seeing a lot of really good screenshots too. But yeah, thank you,
love the
Vex.
rhyme
Thank
in
you,
this game.
everybody.
Yippee!
Thank you.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was fun. If
Let's
yeah,
make
thank
applause,
you.
people.
Woo! Hold on, I know I've got a. Where is it? I know I've got a clap somewhere. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. All right. Now with that, if anybody wants to go do dailies really quick, we can do that, and then I'm gonna be ending the live there. Tomorrow is Sunday. I'm gonna be streaming that horror game we voted on, Bad Parenting. So if anyone
Yeah, I
wants
love
to
that
tune
game.
into that, yeah, yep, I just
Oh, what
bought
time
it.
is that one at?
I had it set, I believe, to
Mm.
7. Let me double check. Yep, Bad Parenting. Oh, sorry, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central.
Oh, I'll be back in time. Yay!
Okay, so 6 p.m. Central. There is also, like, if you go
Right.
to the event calendar in the Discord server, it's posted there. But yeah. So 6 p.m. for that. I will be doing an earlier Sky stream. So don't
How are you always taller than me?
so don't think we're just gonna skip out on Sky or anything. V, I've come across other people streaming it, so like it should be all right. I can give a little warning, probably at the beginning.
I would actually suggest a warning for that game. I've seen it played.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put a warning, so we'll be all right. We should be good. Anyway, yeah, if anyone wants to go do dailies really quick, we can go do that. Everyone's good with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave the party chat up, so y'all can chat it up, or if you'd rather chat in game, that's good too. But I'm just gonna get my music back and going, or it's just like it's just really quiet because like the game music is like down, so I'm gonna turn that on low, and then if anyone needs to do dailies, you're more than welcome. I'll take you to go do dailies. But yeah.
How dare you?
But thank you. That was fun.
That was a great time.
I loved everyone's stories.
I really liked writing something for this. It was fun.
That was fun. Next time maybe I'll try to give people like a little more notice. So maybe if more people wanted to write something, they'll have a little more time. But that for such little time, you guys did great. Like I enjoyed them all.
Very nice.
Jasper freestyling it.
Yeah, it was good. So I'm gonna go ahead and go home. If anyone needs to activate your dailies, you can do that.
Oh, to home.
To home. I've already done my dailies today, but it's all good. I don't mind going back. So if anyone needs to activate them, just do that, and then we'll meet back over at the Vault of Knowledge. Little doorway portal.
I have 10 resize spells, but I'm scared to use them. I don't want to be tiny. I like being tall.
I have like a few, but I don't know if I'm like my max height or anything. So like
apparently this spell made me slightly taller, so I guess I'm not at max.
I have 23 chibi spells. What? I have 16 for my resize spells.
Oh, apparently, because this spell is on, the chibi spell mask doesn't work.
Whoa! I forget the V is tall. That's terrifying.
Legs.
Leggies.
This is not V. Who is this imposter?
Okay, there we go. Ta-da!
Imposter.
I am looking. I'm staring at you.
Oh.
Scary.
Don't look. All right. When y'all are ready, we'll just meet back over by Vault.
I think I'm actually going to dress in my classic outfit.
Jeez, Wolf got tall.
Whatever you feel most comfortable in.
For fun. Where is it? I need to find the pieces of it.
I need to find really quick. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh no, where is it? No, not that one. Did I run out? I think. Did I?
Check it. Classic Armin fit.
I am so glad messages are working on TikTok Live again. I don't have to have my phone up. As far as I know, I was seeing people's messages that didn't follow me, so that's awesome.
Hey, my spells won't affect Wolf. Will it if I'm applying them to me?
Some do and some don't.
Hey, Wolf, to be on the safe side, let me go.
Okay.
Tiny.
Small and dapper.
Small and dapper.
Alright, so if y'all are ready, I can't really help you out with sit on a bench with a stranger or forge a candle, so that's kind of something y'all are gonna have to do. But I can take you to the spirit and to the sapling. I guess I'll go ahead and grab the seasonal candles too. I already have them, but I'm more than happy to do that. Just in case. Just in case anyone needs them.
Oh, I didn't know there was one over there. I'm gonna go get
Yep,
that one.
all the way back over there. So there's one there every once in a while.
Oh no, Sona was a moth.
I'm always a moth to people for some reason. So here's the sapling. If someone doesn't have it, they might need to holler when it's good, or I'll just kind of watch the clock for a minute.
Tree is so much bigger than me.
Wolf is also very tall now.
Jasper, you're as big as this candle.
But yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out tonight. That was fun.
See, look, I'm tinier than you know.
The tail's so little.
Put your friend's name as a certain stuff. It works for the bench quest. I don't know if that works. I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
Run around the beat. Run around the beat.
I like your hat, Armin.
I keep turning side to side because I'm too tall.
Just give it a few more seconds and I think we'll be good here.
Complete.
Armin's doing a dance for us.
I'm having leg spasms.
I like your little shimmy.
Shimmy-ya, shimmy-ya, shimmy-ya.
Alright, we should be good at the tree.
Sona's a moth.
Should be good. Anyway, there is a candle back here. Seasonal candle.
I'm on my way. I'm coming.
The reason why the candles disappear every day is because everybody is eating it.
Nom nom nom. We like wax over here. We're addicted.
Drink, swallow. What?
Shimmy-ya, shimmy-ya, shimmy-ya. Drink, swallow. Drink,
Hopefully-
I really cannot reach those to light them.
Hopefully Mango will be back soon.
Mango! Oh, Mango!
Mango snoozing over there. Oh man, it is cold tonight. I'm freezing. I should have put my sweater on.
It's still hot over here in Cali.
I mean, it was 75 today, but it's been getting like colder at nighttime. So, whew, I'm freezing.
Lucky, I wanted to start being cold.
And all the leaves are falling, all the trees are turning orange and brown and yellow.
And the sky is gray.
It's in the 50s there. It hasn't been, like, it's been in the 50s sometime in the morning and then a little bit around noon or after it starts getting warmer again. It's like 44.
44 at night?
It's 59 here. But I guess it's a little cooler in my house. AC is probably cranked down.
Bee just died.
Oh no!
Bee, no!
I'm still just way too tall. I keep shaking.
Mango, I can't stay up all night.
Just floating, I'm so short.
Tiny.
Alive.
Oh, I think Mango's alive. Did he?
Yay!
Oh, I gotta sit. Mango, sit! There you are.
so tall. Wait,
Haley, look at me.
wait, Jasper. Oh my god. Such
I
a
look-
drastic difference.
Looks like you're ready for the Alice collab.
We
Oh my god, I'm
are.
so excited for that. But at
I
the
hope I
same
can-
time, I'm like,
yeah.
The
I don't-
chickens, though.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't hate this stuff, but I was thinking there, I don't know, be a little more or a little bit better. But like, it's okay. I feel like I could live without most of it. But if they put the Alice dress, I want that. There is
Yeah,
one more
I
seasonal
saw-
candle over here.
I saw in beta.
I can barely reach at my height.
Ain't no let-
Wait, I can definitely reach it, guys.
Don't worry.
I want to get one of these. I want to see
Need
how
help
easy
here?
it is.
Yeah, the Mad Hatter hair it's messy. It's cool.
Oh, okay. I will use these.
Oh, that's so easy. That's so easy.
Bum, 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 bum,
Everybody,
bum.
the door. Can I even
Oh.
operate the door?
That's a
Yes, my
good
game.
question. We can find out.
My game crashed. My game.
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'm gonna get back on.
It stopped. Let
Speed
me lift door. I could do it. Oh, it didn't need me. Okay.
Too small. I mean, this chair and table is already huge for us.
Barely
It's
fit
like
under the
probably
table.
massive for you right now.
Let me sit on it.
The
Tiny.
chair is like a house for you.
I'm just a mouse who lives in this house. Wolf.
Hello.
Wait, let me get a picture. Don't move. Let me get a picture. Yay.
All right, the
Honestly-
elevator is ready when everyone's ready to go up.
Oh, you're so small.
So tiny.
You're literally bite-sized.
Floating. It looks like I got a doll in my hand.
Doll. Whee! Oh wait, Kayleen, upsies.
I'm very excited for the upcoming events. I just hope I can like get commissions and get money.
Right, I know
Things
there's definitely stuff I'm gonna have to miss out on.
Yeah. I
Why is
decided
it
to
full of
pass
money?
on some plushes I was gonna buy. Just because like there's like more plushes of them. Like it's
Oh,
not
Dee,
like
I'm
those
sorry.
are the only plushes of them. So it's fine. It's fine.
Aw, I hope you can get most of what you want at least.
Yeah. Not getting those plushes actually saves $70, so
Yeah, that's pretty. They look kind of small too. I mean, I get
Yeah,
it. Like, is it like
yeah.
a smaller company that makes them or something?
yeah,
So, like, the
but,
materials.
yeah, they make a lot of stuff for small creators.
Yeah,
Mm.
I see. The next daily is like one more up, so I guess we can all hold hands and stack. So I can just take us up there.
Good idea.
Wait, I can stack with Kayleen, I think, right? Yeah, I have piggyback with Kayleen.
I'm on
I'm s-
Kayleen's back.
I'm gonna. Oh, I didn't even see you. I didn't even see you. Your Kayleen can go on my back. Kayleen has to choose.
My buttons aren't working. Oh no!
Make the choice, Kayleen.
Do 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 do. Kayleen's buttons aren't working.
That's unfortunate.
Oh god, we're on fire. There we go.
Alright, Pete, I guess I'm not stacking with anyone.
Can anyone
Jeez,
else stack? Okay, we're good.
Let's go, everybody.
there anyone you can grab onto, Wolf?
Yeah.
Alright, we are good. Whoops. As I smack all our heads on that thing. We're good.
Die.
Bonk. Bonk.
As the smallest, I just instantly die.
Mango.
Whee! You have to share cookies. Never.
All the cookies. Alright, we're going up. Up, up, and away. Alright, I think the spirit was actually the one we did the other day.
He's over there by the cake.
Boom, 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 boom. I think it's the other way, right? Over on the other
You
way.
guys do the spears. I will light the candle cakes for
There
everybody.
he is.
I've already done spirits.
I've already done it too.
I'm just gonna light the candles for everybody so they can just fly by.
Sounds good.
I'm actually curious as to who hasn't done dailies and who has.
I tried to speed run everything earlier so I'd be good to go tonight.
Yeah, I do
I
it like
sped
at
read
reset.
everything earlier too while I was at work.
I
I do
didn't do it
dailies.
that early, but I did get it done like way earlier than I normally do. I think I was done before 11.
I do
Me
dailies
help?
with
What did
my
I do, Mango?
I didn't even wake up at 11.
I was up at 7 this morning. Usually not up that early, but I guess I was ready to go.
I look like a fly. Whee! Soda. Ah. Can I make it to the final platform? I made it. Oh, I'm out of wing light.
No.
fly, fly.
Ah, help. Grab onto you. Whee!
All right. That should be it.
Oh, apparently there's a Aurora concert tonight?
There's Aurora concerts every day at certain times.
Oh.
Mango,
Okay.
it's
Have
pretty
the
late
break.
for me, so I'm sorry. I don't think. Plus, Aurora concert gets muted on Twitch for copyright reasons. I mean, I think I can get away with it on. Yeah, I did it once, and I'm pretty sure it got muted. I think I can do it on TikTok though. But yeah, it's getting pretty late for me, so I'm sorry. I'm getting off. But if
Yeah,
some of
it's
y'all,
just screaming.
if some of y'all end up going, I hope you have a fun time. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the live here. So thank you everyone for hanging out. Don't forget we're doing the stream for Bad Parenting tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. There will still be a Sky stream earlier, like before that, probably around noon or 1 or so. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow, and I'll see you then.
Good night,
So,
everybody.
good night. Bye bye. Thank you, everybody.
Go.
You're so tiny.
Wolf, you're giant. Oh my god.
No.
You're giant.